Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kesiana Zirigbe. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. Today we are going to be doing like a makeup session. I'll be showing you guys how I did this look from beginning to end, and we'll be having like a chit chat on, you know, getting back on your grind after a feeling of like rock bottom, or after you feel like there's no light after the tunnel. So this video is for anybody that is feeling like you are at the rock bottom and everything is just going down. You feel like there's no way out, you can't see the light. How do you get back on your grind? How do you get back to you? How do you get that fire back in you? So sit back, relax, watch me do my makeup, and then we'll talk about this. I'm about to go out this evening, so I'm just gonna do a makeup tutorial, and then we'll get to talk about, you know, just things like how to reset and get on your grind again. I feel like this is one of the best times to have this conversation because things are a bit like really tough right now, and I feel like I've been there before where everything is just stuck and people don't get to talk about this, you know, as much as they should, because there's a kind of like shame that comes with feeling like you are stuck, feeling like, you know, you're not seeing a way out. Actually, that's how it looks like. It looks like there's no way out, and especially when you've put in so much work and it's like it's happening for everybody but it's not happening for me. And this could be in like different areas of your life. It could be at work, it could be financially, it could be, you know, physically waiting for a breakthrough, just elevating in your life. Or there could be the risk of even going back to where you came from, and that's really embarrassing. Anyway, so this is going to be like a makeup tutorial and a chit chat. So I'm going to be doing my makeup while I talk about this. I've jotted down a few points that have helped me in the past with being stuck and just being in a dark place. Okay, so yes, I'm going to do my normal makeup without my foundation, which is the kind of makeup I do all the time. My last video, that's what I did. So I'm using this 8-in-1 palette as usual. I'm starting with the brown under my chin because I have a lot of like spots right there. Anyway, so like I think a few years ago I had something I would call an existential crisis, where it was just like there was no meaning for me when it came to what life holds. There was just no meaning. It was like I wasn't going forward, and there was this big risk of me going backward. I was struggling financially, I was struggling with my mental health. Everything didn't make sense to me. I'm still using the brown side. Everything didn't make sense to me anymore. And this went on for like 3 to 5 years. I tried to fake it. I did a lot of like excessive makeup. I got into a lot of things just, you know, to try to fake it and be like, oh, I'm getting things together. But deep down I knew that it just wasn't working. I was just trying to do more and do more and do more just so that I could say at least I'm doing something with my life, but it just wasn't working. And this went on for about 3 to 5 years. I'm not really sure, but wow, it was really sad. There was one day, and throughout this stuff, I kept searching for healing. I'm not gonna lie, I kept searching for healing. I kept searching for a way out. I kept doing a lot of like research. It just didn't make sense to me. I joined a lot of groups, and it just did not make sense to me. So I'm going to the next lighter shade, which is either one of these two. Okay, and I'll put that on my face, like, yeah. So it just didn't make sense to me. 1 minute, I need a mirror. Mirror. Okay. I was doing all this research and it just did not make any sense to me. And I was like, you know what? This is not making sense. Everything is getting worse. But it wasn't. And I wanted to know that if you are in the journey of like, you know, understanding what was happening and finding like a kind of safe space with yourself, I don't want you to give up, because actually coming out of it takes a lot of time. I don't want to say how long, but it takes time. And I won't say I'm completely out of it, but I know that I believe not right now that things are getting better, because the first stage is you won't even believe, because I'm not even seeing any changes. It's like everything I'm doing is going to waste, but it is not. So one of the things I did was I started journaling, and I think I came across that somewhere, that journaling was going to help me, and I was like, what's this journaling about? And I just started journaling. I started journaling with a binder. I got a binder, I got all the A4 papers. Actually, what I did, I got all the A4 papers, I printed a lot of stuff, like I would show my daily itinerary for the day, and every day I would fill it up. And I did that for a couple of months, and I just felt better knowing that I had a routine. But that just wasn't it for me. Then I started the journaling. I got a binder, and I got all my A4 papers in different colors, because I'm colorful like that. And I started, just writing stuff, planning my day, little things I could do that could help me just like, feel better that I'm making progress. Even though sometimes little steps you would make would not seem like you've done anything, but I just kept writing all this stuff. Like, I think I should just kind of show you guys some of the things that I wrote in my journal. If I could get it out, I would ask my sister to help me. Eminence, are you there? Help me go in the kitchen, that place. Check the red box. You see my journal, that my old journal, the big one. So then the next thing I did, I switched my journaling from that to the other one I'm going to show you guys. So this is my, I think my third journal. I think maybe in 2020, 2021. I'm not sure. But this, you can see the journal contained a lot of things, gratitude, a lot of things. I don't even want to go into it right now, but another video I'll take my time to show you guys, what my journaling was about. And then I progressed to this one. Okay, progressed to this one, and stuff like that. And now I am using a bigger journaling book, okay, which is just right in front of me because I'm reading out of this. Okay, so journaling helped me a lot. Like, I got a lot of things out, and I would encourage you to do that. Like, just journal and pour out your thoughts, etc. So I'm trying to cover some of the spots right there. The plan is just to use your different shade of powder as much as you can and cover up any of the blemishes you have. As you progress, we'll keep using more and to build up and cover up. Okay. So another thing I did was I took out time to think about who I was before I became this person that was always worried. And I thought about it. I was like, what kind of person was I before? What did I used to like? What did I used to love? Because I needed to be happy again. I felt like I wasn't happy. I felt like, I wasn't happy with myself. My sister, she's laughing because she's watching something. I felt like I wasn't happy with myself. I wasn't happy with my life. And that just kept bothering me for a long time. This is my makeup brushes that I'm using. Have different brushes in there. Okay, so I'm gonna pick one. This one, I use this to contour my nose. And I use the brown, the darkest brown. So I took out time and I thought about, there was a time I was really happy, and what kind of person was I then? Sorry, that made me this happy person. And I discovered I was kind of person that was, I was a bit inquisitive about gaining more knowledge and knowing more. And I spent a lot of times reading. I loved reading. I loved, doing research. I loved watching movies and just being captured by that world of imagination and all that. So I wrote out all of the things that I used to like doing. So you could go back and think of the things you used to love doing. Maybe when you were 20 years old, or when you were 21, or when you were 18. What were the things you loved doing that made you happy? And for me, it was just the love of, reading and trying out new things and traveling, and the thought of just waking up in the morning and having a certain kind of food, and knowing that I could read a certain book and I could go back and read, the remaining chapters of that book, and watching my favorite movies. And I said, you know what, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take out time to do these things. And I went back and listening to music. I used to love listening to music a lot, and I still do. And I went back. The first thing I did, I wrote out all of the songs that used to motivate me back then. I wrote a lot of songs. I'm thinking I'll do like a video where I'll share some of my playlists with you. I wrote out a lot of songs. I picked out a few books that I was going to read. And, I listened to a lot of self-help, podcasts and books, online audiobooks. And this really helped me so much. I had something to look forward to. I could dream again. I could read books that would bring me alive, that would light up the fire in me again. And that just made me so happy. And gradually, the fire started burning. Gradually. Because for you to have a change in your life, you need that fire to still burn in you. When you are sad and depressed, it's almost like there's no fire in you. There's nothing, you're not looking forward to anything. And sometimes it could be because you've just gone through a heartbreak, you've just lost your job, or you just, maybe you just moved out of your apartment, or you just lost something that you held on to, and gradually, before you knew it, you just become this person that is not excited anymore. You need to bring back that fire. So that's what I did. Basically, I listened to a lot of audiobooks, a lot of podcasts, a lot of motivational music touching on healing and feeling better, and just expressing my loss and expressing my pain and all that. And that really helped me, So we could do that. We could list out a lot of things that we can listen to, a lot of books that we can read. Trust me, it's not just easy saying, oh, I'm gonna start reading again, and then you go into it. Oh my god, it's gonna be war. Like, wow, I used to love doing this. Why is it so hard for me to do this? Why is it so hard for me to go back into something I used to love doing? And that was where journaling helped, because I would say, okay, this week I'm gonna read a book that touches on the story of a woman that was betrayed, blah 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 blah, and she did this again, and she started her own business again. I could have read like I could have read about the book somewhere, like a review, and I would say, oh, this book would help me. I would read this story, and it would touch me, and to light up that fire in me to go back and get back in my grind. But it would take me a long time to decide to start reading it. And when it's in your journal and you look at it and you're like, oh, I'm supposed to do this week, and that week pass, you don't do it. Next week pass, you don't do it. I just want you, don't be so hard on yourself. One day you will just feel like, okay, you know what, I should do this. And then you read, or you listen to that podcast, or you listen to that music, or you watch that show, and you'll be like, wow, okay. And gradually it becomes a thing. It becomes a thing where you tell yourself, okay, I'm going to the cinema today. I'm going to do this little thing that would light up the fire in me, So that helped me. And another thing that helped me was, just savoring, and documenting my small wins. It's not like you're not winning at all. Sometimes that might not be the problem. Sometimes the problem may be that you're not winning as much as you'd want to win. You're not winning as much as you would want to win. You want to win more. You want to win bigger. And because you want to win bigger, sometimes we ignore the small wins. Okay, so I'm working on my eyes now. I'm using the brown from here. You can get brown from anywhere. using the brown from here, or use the brown from here, anyone. Sometimes you want the big wins, the ones that will blow people away, and that makes you ignore the small win. And what you're doing is, when you do that, you're sending a message, that these small wins are nothing to you. And if the small wins don't mean anything to you, how are you going to get bigger wins? Think about it. So you have to start documenting your small wins. Your small wins could be, today I was able to create time for my self-care. I was able to watch a movie, to create time and just watch a movie and relax my mind and be calm. Another thing was, I developed anxiety during that period, and it was hard for me to be calm. It was hard for me to sleep at night. It was horrible. That's a story for another day. It was horrible, having terrible dreams, and oh my goodness, Jesus Christ, I can't even imagine how horrible it was for me back then. Anyway, so you could just be celebrating the fact that today you took out time to take care of yourself. Today you took out time to read and learn something and listen to someone. That could be a small win. It could be something as small as, you made this small amount of money to do something for yourself, to buy a new dress for yourself, or to do something very little for yourself. It could be a small win it could be anything. So my point is, it's very important for you to document your small wins. Document your small wins, because this is what will help you get big wins. And it's not a cliche, it is true. It is so true. Because the more you document your small wins, the more wins you have. And gradually you begin to see that your wins are going to get bigger. So I think we should do a mixture of this and this. The gray and the black, or ash and the black, whatever you call it. So I'll start with the gray. So I'll just use this brush. I use one side for the gray and I use one side for the black. Okay? Let's pick some of that. So where were we? Yeah, I was talking about documenting your small wins. So if you learn how to do that, gradually you begin to have more wins. It's guaranteed, trust me. But it takes a lot of time, because as much as what you give, it's what you get. You can't give what you don't have, or you can't get what you don't give, or what you don't have. So you need to give that gratitude. You need to be grateful for small things for you to get big things. Because if you're not grateful for small things, you know what it does? It makes you a very pessimistic person. Okay, even if you have a small win today, I made this amount of money, and you're thinking, oh my god, I'm making better than this. Why am I making this amount of money? That would make you not even see the next opportunity that would give you a bigger amount of money. Because even if someone is coming up with something like, Kes, I want you to do this, and you're like, oh my god, this is going to be a waste of time, because you're not thinking, this could help me feel better, or this could help me, meet more people, or this could challenge me to do better, and from there you could make more. I don't know if I make sense, but if you're thinking of every time you have a small win, you're belittling that small win, you're not going to be open to more ideas. You're not going to be open to more opportunities. And how would you get your bigger win if you're not open to more opportunities? Do I make sense? Am I making any sense? So you need to practice what I call living from an angle of optimism, or being more optimistic. I try to practice that every day of my life. It's so hard. Jeez, I'm not going to sit down here and lie. It's really, 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 really hard to do that, because when things are going wrong for you, you can't help but be mad. Like, why is this happening to me? Why me? So I'll do the black now. The other side, shit. Let me stand up. Why me? Why is this happening to me? That's what you're going to keep asking yourself. But like I said, I'm just applying that to the corner of the eyes. That feels like so much makeup right now. I don't know why. I need to dust that out. To dust that out, I'll use my brown. Hopefully I hope that gets out of it. Anyway, So you need to be optimistic. You need to, every opportunity you see, even when everything is going crazy, you need to calm yourself and be like, there's a lesson in this moment. Oh my goodness, that's so hard to say. I'm not going to lie to you. I've just begun to learn that and begin to say that to myself, like, there's a lesson in this moment, and just learn to calm myself down and be like, there's a lesson in this moment. Tell yourself that all the time. And remember when things went good for you. Don't always think of, how things did not go well for you. When things are, going crazy, just think about, oh, remember that time when I thought I was not going to get my admission and God turned things around for me and it worked out. Remember that time when I thought I was not going to make the cut. I thought that by the time Remember that time when I thought I was not going to make the cut. I thought that by the time I get there, I would miss the cutout, or I would miss the, a lot of things that I used to, I'm just thinking about a lot of things. But I remember when I wanted to go for my NYSC, and on that, it was like 2 days before I would make my trip to Imo State. And I took my statement of results, and there was a mistake on my name. I was like, I can't go to the camp with this, And it took me a day to correct this mistake. And they give you like a deadline for when you could get into the camp before they close the whatever, And luckily, the name was corrected, and I made it in time. So these are little things, little wins. Back then, that was the biggest thing I wanted for my life. I wanted to go for my NYSC. That was a big deal for me then, and I feel like God came through for me then, and I was able to go. I was able to fix my name issue and go then. And if I look back to that could help me with whatever issue I'm going through right now. I still remember when I was in Imo State and I was thinking, I want to serve in the town, I want to serve in the capital, I want to serve in Owerri. And I prayed about that, and that happened. I served in Owerri. That's a win. So I'm just giving examples. It could be things bigger than this. These are what could come to my head right now. So when you are going through that challenge and you feel like, oh my God, this is the time for me to be so pessimistic and be upset and be like stressed and be all that, think about the times when God has helped you, or when things has worked out for you, and you can use that energy to keep yourself calm so that you don't make a mistake and make the situation worse than it was or than it is right now. Okay, so always pull back to the time when things has worked out for me. Oh my God, I'm talking so much more than I'm doing my makeup. This is my first time doing this. I really suck. Anyway, we are gonna use the, oh my goodness, I don't know where my sister kept this. Okay, yeah, we're gonna use this right now, the banana powder. I'll put it in one of the palettes. That's what I always do. Can't be bothered. So what I do is I put it in one part of the palette stuff, this one, so that I can just pick it up from there and apply that to my face. So this is this, I use this. Okay, I'll pick up the baking powder. Okay, dust it off, put it right there on my brows. It looks messy right now, don't worry, everything will go well. Don't worry. Don't worry. Trust the process. So, you have to teach yourself to be optimistic. You have to see the good, or you have to see a good turnout in every situation you find yourself. And even if the situation doesn't turn out good, fine, let it go. Move on. Move on. It took me a long time to learn this. Move on and be like, oh, this is not for me. This is not for me, and just move on. And I'm not going to sit here and lie that it's easy to do. It is so not easy to do, honestly. But with practice, it could become a lifestyle that you have cultivated for yourself, where you kind of see the good in everything happening around you. 1 minute. That's what I was looking for. So you have to make sure your pencil is sharpened before you do any drawing. Okay, see? So yeah, let it go. Okay, just let it go and be like, you know what, this was not for me. If it was for me, I would have, this opportunity would have come to me, but I'm just going to let it go. And you know what could happen in that situation? That opportunity could come back to you in another way, or in another time where you are more prepared, or something better could come along. And what I'm saying is related to different things. You could be waiting for a better job, you could be waiting for a better relationship, you could be waiting for, for your life to get elevated from the point where you are right now. You could be waiting for the right suitor, like I said. You could be waiting for meaning, for your life to have meaning, and whatever. You could be waiting for a blessing. You could just be waiting for something, and it just seems so far away. But my point is, look forward to the things that you have now. Be crazy about them, be passionate about them, and give them the life that they deserve, so that you can have that fire burning in you. Because if you don't have that fire burning in you for something as small as what you have in the present, how are you going to be prepared for what will be coming later? And I've heard people say this so much, and I've been like, I used to roll my eyes like, please, what do you mean I have to be prepared? What do you mean? Please, trust me, I used to be that person, like, beg. You guys don't know what we are going through, you don't know what I'm going through, blah blah blah. So now I'm working on using the baking powder for my face, just to light up my under eyes. That's what I use it for, basically. Light up my under eyes and define my nose contour. You can use it for anything you want, as long as you practice. Okay, so yeah, so the more you practice optimism, the more it becomes a part of you, and the more you just move forward. Even when things are not going your way, just be like, okay, you know what, this isn't working, step aside, let me try something else, or let me try this again in another way, instead of dwelling in that, oh my god, this didn't work, it worked for this person, why didn't it work for me, and all that. It's just not cool. All right, so one of the things that I did when I needed to get out of my headspace, my negative headspace, and everything was just like, wow, everything was just, it was too much, I did this crazy thing. I went on Instagram and I unfollowed 2,000 people on Instagram. I wish I have a screenshot of my Instagram before and after. I'll show you that I unfollowed 2,000. So I would have shown you guys how much I, unfollowed on Instagram and on Facebook. I unfollowed so many people, not because I was going on an angry rant, but because I was trying to detox my timeline. I needed to detox my timeline. It was ridiculous affair. A lot of things I was seeing, it wasn't helping me. Not because they were not posting the right things, but it just wasn't helping me, and I just wasn't in that space. I didn't need to see how much, people were doing better than I wasn't, or what was going on in other people's life that would make me feel even more depressed, or saying a lot of negative stuff that would make me feel like, oh my god, this world is condemned, this world is gone, nothing good is coming for anybody, or seeing a lot of just things that just wasn't working for me. A lot of things just wasn't working. I needed to keep my feed very, very positive and motivational, and I had to take that action of like, you know what, I'm going to have to detox my timeline. So I did this for Facebook and I did this for Instagram, and for Twitter I just left Twitter, like, basically. But I'm on Twitter now, but just another account. I don't really use Twitter like that. I'm not saying Twitter is not cool, I mean, you just know my thing. Anyway, let's do the eyeliner. I can't talk so much. But that feels and looks better, right? So like I said, you need to learn to take the bull by the horn and make your environment how you want it to be. Make your timeline the kind of timeline that, when you wake up in the morning and you go online, you are happy because you are saying things that motivate you. Okay? Not saying things that's going to make you feel like it's over for you. I want to use purple today. I'm going to try to get it out first. Okay? Purple and pink. That's purple. Okay. Oh my days. That looks really, really too much, but could not be done. Not a timeline that when you go to the timeline, you start feeling bad about your life. You start feeling sad. You are sad, you are depressed, you're seeing things happening, you're living in fear. You're seeing all the bad news in the world. You're living in fear and you just, always, you're scared. You're always scared. You're always worried, So I had to let that go. Even in my circle, I had to bring in the kind of people that say things that are enriching, that would say things that would make me feel better about my anxiety, that would say things that would make me feel like, participating in life again, dreaming again, feeling better again. So that's what you want. Okay? Using this. Just use this. Let me use something else. Let me just use this one. Okay? Be with people that make you feel like living again. People that will say things that will encourage you. That even when you feel down, when you feel like you've hit the bottom of the barrel, you're at the end of the road, or there's no light anymore, and you feel like, it's downhill from here. Those people will be like, no, it's not. I went through this, and this is what I did that changed my life. I went through this before, and this is what I did that changed my life. These are the kind of people you need around you. You need people that will motivate you, people that would just make you see how better life could be, and that people that will give you a visual picture of what life could be if you dream. If you don't, I'm not trying to sound so cliche. I know I sound cliche. I sound like one motivational speaker on social media, but it's just what it is, and I'm not just talking from just trying to make you guys happy, but this is what I have gone through, and I've experienced this firsthand, and I know that there's still going to be more challenges for me, but right now I'm like, okay, I am growing in this, and I'm seeing that there's nothing God cannot do. I'm not trying to be cliche again, and you just need to put yourself in that space where it becomes a reality, where it's something you are living every day. Now when I was able to do all this stuff, now I'm listening to motivational podcasts, I'm listening to stories that are relatable, I'm listening to music that are making me feel alive, I'm reading books because this is what I used to love doing. I'm savoring every moment of my life. I'm baking, I'm excited about baking. I wake up in the morning and I buy croissant and I'm excited. Time to work on my brows. I'm using styling gel or any kind of gel you have. Okay, this. Okay. Okay. So when you are in this point where you are excited about your little wins, like I was, gradually things just begin to take shape, because you are just at this point where you are like, you know what, I am just gonna let go and let God. And I'm gonna get into this. I know not everybody is a Christian right now watching this video, but drawing closer to God helped me so much. I read a lot of Bible verses that gave me a lot of hope that maybe I could share at another time or in another video, and you could do your research too. I knew that I was actively looking for Bible verses and Bible stories that helped me feel better and helped me feel hopeful, and they really helped. I will not lie, they really helped. So drawing closer to God and just speaking to Him about your situation and just shedding that wall of like, I can do this on my own. And I know we don't want to accept that, we feel like we can do this on our own, but shedding that wall yourself and just be like, God, this is too much for me. I need you. I need you to help me. I need you to help me sort this out. I don't know how you're gonna do it. I let you have it. But while I'm waiting for your miracle, I'm gonna be excited about the little things that I can fix. So if you get to that point, trust me, I'll be happy for you, and you see things begin to change in your life if you do all of these things. I know there could be more things that you can do that I haven't spoken about. I don't know it all, definitely, I really don't. So I'm just saying what the few things that I've done, and I know there's still going to be more things that I will learn to do. I will learn from people that I'm associating myself with, that are all about healing, that are all about gratitude and living a life of just being optimistic and all that. And there's something I'm embracing now. I'm embracing minimalism. I would say the minimalism is hard when it comes to buying clothes and stuff like that, but in other aspect of my life, I am beginning to incorporate this, and I am seeing a lot of changes. I am really seeing a lot of changes when you focus on a minimalistic kind of life. If that English is correct, just making sure that I don't do too much. I don't have to have all the shoes, all the clothes, all the perfect apartments before I can be happy. If you hear someone laughing, it's my sister. She's watching Friends and she's just laughing at everything because this is her first time watching Friends. I'm surprised. I thought we used to watch Friends together. So I love blush, and it feels like there's no blush here, so I'm going back in. I always like to do that lastly so that I can have my blush as fresh as possible, and have this too. It's just basically this color pink and this on my chin. So we're gonna finalize this look with my nude lipstick and wet lips. Do my mascara. So that is the look for the day. So I'm gonna go ahead and wear my wig and let's see how that looks like. Okay, should I do more with my eyes? Maybe. So now I'm back. I put on my wig. I feel like this is the look that I was going for, and I love it. I think it's cool. What do you guys think about this look? And also what I spoke about, what do you guys think? Did you like get a thing or two from it? Did you feel like you were ahead, or feel like, just feel like you've been able to get 1 or 2 points from what I said, and some of the tips and some of the tips that I've shared with how I went about stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna see you guys in my next video. It's raining right now, so you might hear the raindrops on my roof, but never mind. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a lovely day, and thank you so much for watching. I cannot wait to share more with you guys and hear from you guys the things that you've done to get yourself back in your grind, and the things that you've done to just get back in your game. And lastly, one thing I would like to share is at the end of everything, and when I felt like I was doing better, when I felt like I was there was this little fire in me, I went back to writing out my goals, and I started small, and I would encourage you to start small. That big goal, you can reduce it and make it smaller, because when it's so big, it feels like, oh my god, this is too much. But you can make it smaller, and that way you can begin to just take it one step at a time, and you see that there's growth and there's improvement, and you can begin to document these little wins that would finally take you there where you're like, wow god, so you can change my life, so you can bring me back. It's raining, so I'm just gonna stop the video right now because I can hear the raindrops on my roof and I don't like it. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care and have so much to share. I could share a lot of things, the podcasts I listen to, the books I read, a lot of things I could share. That if you want me to do that, let me know. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.